Hey, hi everyone. So welcome back to the one of the tutorial, and in this particular thing, we'll be understanding that how you can deploy the CI/CD pipeline. Okay, and the CI/CD pipeline will be started from the Git, and then it will be moving all the way from Git to here's the Git, and then it will be moving to the build that is called as code build, right? And after this it will be moving to the deployment, that is EBS, Elastic Beanstalk. So what exactly we will be doing is that this is the whole architecture of the pipeline, and split onto the three parts. So everything from here to here is totally integrated into AWS, that is what is called as code pipeline. Okay, so we'll be creating the code pipeline, and the starting or the source or the where is the source code is located will be Git, that is GitHub. Then after that we'll be building the project, then we will be going or moving ahead for the deployment, right? I hope that is making some sense, and let's move ahead. So first thing is that we will be going to IAM, and second we'll be going to the EBS. So let's go to the IAM. I'll be clicking on roles. So I have already created up the roles, and here's the roles. So we have to create an IAM role with this particular set of permissions, right? The admin access, the admin access of the console, and the of the EBS, and all the EC2 access, right? And we are having the EBS web worker and role worker access, right? And now what we'll be doing, we'll be coming back to the EBS. So while coming back to the EBS, we'll be click on creating an application, and I will be naming application CI/CD example, and I will choose in the platform. Yeah, so here the platform which we required to choose is actually in the context of our coding, right? So what is the technical stack of the code that what we will be going to use right now, right? So that is this particular repository. So this is the repo that what we are going to use, and we will be going to deploy this particular whole repo, right? So I'm just going to forget. Okay, and in the readme I will be just be adding one particular steps for the tutorial. Create IAM role. Okay, with administrator permission EBS EC2 EBS full access EBS worker web and worker slave tier. Okay, and that's all right. So this is the particular application that which we are going to deploy, and this application has been created onto JS, and specifically if you are taking a look at the app.js, then this is the Node.js application, right? So let's go to the manage platform thing and just make it as Node.js. Again, I will be making it as 18. Yeah, so let's make it 18, and that's also I will be clicking on next. In the existing role service, you make sure that you have selected the same one which you have created. In the instance profile also, you make sure you have selected the same one which you have created, right? We'll be skipping for the key pair, and also I will be clicking on the button called as skip to review. Okay, That's all. The environment configuration has been done. We will not be requiring the DB for now. Okay, so that's also I will clicking on submit. All right, makes sense. Now while the environment is being created, let's do the couple of other things. So let me do this one, that is the code build, right? So code build. So code build is the build commands for the project. So build commands for the project will be specifically to the project. So here we are having Node.js project, so it will be npm install, npm run, so and so. Correct. So these commands will be written on a specific files, right? And this file will be buildspec.yml. Okay, makes sense. Now let's create the code build project. So go to the console one more time and open up a new tab, and here we will be selecting the code build project. Right, and we'll be clicking on new project, sorry, create project. Then let's give it a name, CICD example, and the source which we are selecting is Git. So manage default this thing. So let's connect our Git, right? So make it the connection. It's sid GitHub. Put the password. New connection. So new connection it is. So just I will click on save, right? Successfully managed. And now what it will be doing, it will be fetching all the records from the repository. So if I will be going to my repo, right, so it will be, we have to search for this name, right? Just copy this, go to the repo, and here it is, right? And I don't think so we have to do much here. Alright, that's it. Now I will be coming down, confirm that manage image is selected, yes. On yeah. So this is Ubuntu. Let's make it downgrade 3 standard. Always use this, and new service role. So that's a new service role that is created. Now this is the build spec command that what I was talking about, right? So I will just copying it, and I can just spend to this command, right? So that's the thing. Alright, and that's all how it's going to look like, right? So then yeah, that's all. So this is the CloudWatch logs in which we can do the thing. That's all. So I will be creating the build project. Okay, so it is creating up the build project. Okay, so that's all right. So I will click on start build, and this is the build history. So let's check the logs, that how are the things is going to happen, right? Just wait for it to get logs to be done. Okay, so now the build is succeeded, right? So just close it, and the build has been succeeded, right? Okay, so now after that we'll be creating a pipeline, right? Okay, so let us check our EBS is there or not. Okay, so it's been running. So I will click on the domain of the EBS, which is here, and let's see if that's popping up or not. Okay, it's not popping up. Health transition will put into warning. Environmental transition pending. 20 seconds. There are no instances. Okay, it might take few minutes to launch. Okay. Okay, so let's wait for some time. Okay. Uh, okay, cool. Hey everyone, welcome back. So now our system is running. The EBS is running, right? So now what we'll be doing, since our EBS is up and running, we have got the repo ready. We have got done all the IAM things and all, right. Now we will be moving ahead, and we have got our code build also ready, right. So now we will be going ahead with code pipeline. Okay. Okay, so I will be coming to the code pipeline, and I will click on create pipeline, then CI/CD example. A more recent execution can take over an older one. This is default, so let's go with the default. Everything be by default. Source provider will be Git version 2, and it will be new connection, the same connection which we have done there. And let's go to this one. Okay, default branch main, specific trigger, push event, branches, everything. I'm keeping everything be by default. Okay, so I will be coming to the build provider, and I will be selecting on this particular option. It is called as AWS CodeBuild. Then the project is the same what we have created here, CI/CD example. And is there any more thing that we have to say? No, right? So I will click on next. Okay. Then CI/CD example, and that's it, right? Then again clicking on next. Okay. And then I will clicking on this button called as create pipeline. Okay. The trigger configuration for this source action is not valid. Make sure to choose one trigger. So where is the trigger? Start for, yeah. So click on no filter there, right? And that's all. So this is the pipeline, and let's wait for it to get to roll out, right? So it's currently on the source stage. So let's wait for some time in order to get some prompt. Okay. Okay, cool. So now our deployment is done. So let me just, yeah, cool. All right. So now our deployment is done. So what we will be doing is that we'll be going back to the EBS and take a look at the thing, right? So it is now coming as hello world. The reason is that in the app.js we have instantiated that only. Okay. So that's the response as hello world. So what we will be doing now is we'll be going to the edit button, and then we will be going to change it. So hello world v2, this is a new commit which will trigger the pipeline. Make sense? So take a look at the screen, and this is the change that what we have done, right? Now we'll click on this commit change, commit onto the main branch, and let's go to the pipeline. Let's refresh the page of pipeline, and it should get start automatically now. Yeah, so it has pulled up the thing, update app.js, and now it's currently on the build stage. Okay, so let's wait for some time in order to get for the deployment to done, and after the deployment we will be seeing the same prompt which has what we have written in the app.js file, right? So let's wait for some more time then. All right, cool. So we have deployed it, and that's the URL, right? So this is what we are seeing, the hello world, and now let's refresh it. All right, so v2, this is a new commit which will trigger the pipeline. So that's the same thing what we have written here, right? Cool. So that's all from my side, folks, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's see you on the next tutorial. Thanks all. Bye bye. Take care.